to If Trees Could Talk, the only show that, if you didn't hear it, did it even happen? I'm Zach.
And I'm Natalie.
And today, what are we talking about, Natalie?
It's Shark Week. Shark Week, baby.
Oh, yeah, it's Shark Week.
It's Shark Week, or it's about to be. Starts on Sunday on the Discovery Channel. Yes, 2020 Shark Week is happening. I don't know why that's even a question for people.
I feel like the Shark Week 2020 game is going to be even stronger because everybody's stuck home.
Yeah, it's the most exciting thing to happen all summer.
I guess so. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I don't even remember when Shark Week started as like a thing. I think it was like high school.
No, Shark Week has been going on since 1988. They had their first ever Shark Week. It's actually the longest running program in network history.
Why am I blanking about Shark Week prior to sometime in high school? I guess it's...
Did you not have that cable program?
No, I had it, but you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking of like the classic, like it's Shark Week, and like people are like running with the shark fins. You remember that commercial? I think it was on Discovery Channel and on the Sci-Fi Channel.
I think so, yeah. I think I remember something vaguely.
Yeah, maybe that, to me, it just got my attention, and to me, it just never existed before that. I didn't really know. I didn't know that it started in 1980. What?
1988. So yeah, it's been going on for about 32 years now. It's been going on a really long time, and it was pretty much just started by a bunch of executives at Discovery Channel. The rumor is, or the theory is, that they all got together at a bar or something, and they were talking over drinks on cocktail napkins, and they came up with the idea.
You're welcome. Sorry, I was just adjusting her microphone.
They got together and they came up with the idea for Shark Week because sharks bring ratings.
Oh, yeah. When did Jaws come out?
1975.
Okay, yeah.
So it was just about 10 years prior. That was around the time of a lot of other shark movies, or at least movies like Baywatch would come out where they have those homage scenes to Jaws. And yeah, I think it was the first year of Shark Week. The ratings and the viewing count for Discovery Channel doubled during Shark Week.
Really?
So they just took that train and kept it rolling all the way down to the station, man.
And it certainly helped that, like since then, there's been a crap ton of shark movies.
Yeah, it just, I mean, I don't know what, it's like the chicken became the egg, or the chicken before, which came first, the chicken before or the egg, kind of, you know.
Well, you said
theory.
Jaws came first.
Well, literally Jaws came first.
Yeah.
But what do you think is it that makes it so popular for shark movies? Is it, because Jaws, or does Shark Week kind of keep us going? Like, you know, we had that taste of Jaws, and Shark Week just keeps feeding our appetite every year, summer after summer.
Well, I think, at least as a movie genre, I guess you could classify it under like suspense horror. And I feel like out of a lot of the horror related movies, it's probably the most relatable one, right? I mean, like, sure, like there could always be like a crazed killer, or like, you know, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, or like Halloween, Friday the 13th, you know, Nightmare on Elm Street is like a little like out there with, you know, you dream stuff. But like sharks, like when you're in the water, especially like, you know, when we go to that nasty ass seaside water where you can't see your own belly button.
Jersey Shore, yeah.
Yeah, you can't see your own goddamn belly button, let alone the sand beneath you. You can't see what's under there, you know? Like, did you just step on a crab, or was that a broken shell? Or was it like a beer bottle?
Yeah, no, that is terrifying.
Yeah,
that is
like,
terrifying.
if it's like a shark, you know, you don't know. At least to me, that's like, you know, when I was younger, I had a fear of water because I couldn't swim, and you know, I partly maybe blame my grandpa for kicking me in the pool and thinking that would teach me how to swim. I know a lot of people learn that way, but yeah, I mean, you know, I didn't learn how to swim like properly, like an actual, like, you know, like looking like Nemo swimming, breaststroking, actual swimming. Yeah. Until what was it, like 2015?
Yeah, until just a few years ago. I definitely think that, just like you were saying with the whole horror genre, almost even the suspense thriller movies, what really gets people's heart pumping is the mysteries of the deep. You know, the ocean is so unknown, and there's so much of our planet, 2/3 of our planet's covered in water.
Yeah.
And we've
knows?
only brushed the surface in a sense. We have only gone so deep, and the ocean goes so deep in so many different areas, and there's so much life that we haven't even discovered yet in the ocean.
Who knows what's down there?
It could be anything. I have a theory.
Oh, what, the megalodon theory?
No, not the megalodon theory, which I have to say though, I did enjoy the movie The Meg.
Because of the theory, or because of it being a shark movie?
Pretty much because it kind of coincides with my theory that if we were to have alien life on this planet, where would it have landed, Zach?
Oh yeah, probably the water.
In the water, in the ocean. It would have thrived in the ocean, especially if it was, millions of years ago.
Yeah.
And because that's where a lot of all the life came from, water. So, and a lot of the planets that they do say might have life are mostly covered in water, like the moons off of Jupiter that they found water underneath and kind of resembles Earth. Whatever, I digress.
Yeah, water is the basic ingredient for life.
Yeah, it's the sugar and spice and everything nice, like in the Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah, I'd say so.
But yeah, so I would say that deep in the ocean, a lot of those creatures that you have really deep in the ocean.
Yeah.
Are they aliens? We don't know.
I mean, some of them look funky, like the Frankenstein fish, or is it a shark?
Yeah.
It's like a melted blob looking thing, and then anglerfish obviously is creepy looking.
Anglerfish are very terrifying.
Yeah.
Well, in the Meg movie, there was a megalodon that was living all this time underneath of deep in the Mariana Trench.
Yeah.
Beneath like the layer of those like sulfur layers. So
yeah, those little underwater pools of brine are pretty cool.
Yeah, especially when you see videos of people, diving through them and free diving through them.
It's trippy, man.
Yeah, you can go. It's just completely changes the ecosystem. What were we talking about before I started talking about the Meg?
Shark Week, man.
Shark Week.
Yeah.
Oh man, beach.
So
it's Shark Week.
Jaws famously has a shark movie loosely based off of the attacks off of, I think it was New Jersey. At least one of the attacks. Wasn't the creator of the movie, doesn't he regret making the movie because of all the sharks that got killed?
Yeah, so the writer of, because it was based off of a novelization, I think he said one of his biggest regrets was writing that movie because it just dramatized shark attacks, and it was complete, it's a misconception that sharks are these mindless eating machines and that they're these, ruthless hunters. That's completely, almost out of left field. So I know that he does a lot for shark conservation now. Ever since then, that's kind of been his mission.
That's cool.
But yeah, it's after the movie Jaws, shark attacks, especially in the United States, just went crazy. They just went through the roof. And I know that, culturally, there's a lot of different countries where there's, fishermen will hunt sharks for other reason, be it medicines or, skin, different organs of the shark is used for different, medications or creams.
Yeah.
And, shark fin soup. Everyone's heard of that one. But yeah, in the United States, that's when there was this craze to hunt sharks, and the numbers went, like I said, through the roof. I think it's about, for about 4 actually fatal shark attacks in the world a year. And for each one of those fatal shark attacks, there's 25 million sharks that are killed every year.
And we were talking before that's real attacks, right? You were mentioning that there's a difference between what's measured as an attack versus what's actually an attack.
Yeah, so there's a shark attack database that you can go to online, and you can see per country how many shark attacks there were, but that's kind of blurred. The lines are blurred there with what they actually consider a shark attack, because anything that's even a brief encounter can be called a shark attack. So even if you're just getting, a nibble on your surfboard, or it's just, a shark pulls at your wetsuit, that could be classified as a shark attack, even though it's nothing. It's a run-of-the-mill encounter with, ocean life.
Or even if he just swims up and rubs up against you.
Yeah, and he just nibbles at you and that's kind of what, I love about Shark Week, and I love that just brings it to the public, and just they really know how to market it and commercialize it, which I think is really important with conservation, especially with, with everyone, but especially with younger generations, because that's the next, our next line of defense against this beautiful species going extinct. So yeah, like I was saying, with the shark attacks and shark encounters, it's just completely the numbers are just completely fudged there. And
yeah, because if I got bumped by a shark and he didn't even bite me, I wouldn't really count that as an attack. I was in his way.
Yeah, because technically it shouldn't be counted as an attack. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Why it is. And yeah, so Shark Week. Shark Week is great. Shark Week's great. It's bringing conservation, education, just kind of bringing that all to your home living room, kitchen, your home living room, TV, whatever.
Yeah.
What have you, where you have your TV. But
plus, we have a fascination with like apex predators. Like everyone loves watching programming on Discovery Channel or Animal Planet that has apex predators in it, like tigers and cheetahs, lions, wolves. Where's my hashtag Wolf Week, man? Those poor wolves are getting hunted from helicopters in Alaska and being hunted in other states when they're on the brink of extinction, especially, look at the red wolves.
In North Carolina, the red wolves, yeah.
That's another topic for another day, I guess.
Well, we're definitely going to do another podcast on this.
Yeah, for sure. Especially the docs that we're trying to work on, just waiting for COVID to let up, hopefully. Yeah,
working on those. All this talk about Shark Week's inspiring me to do I think that we need to push to do a shark conservation documentary.
Yeah, why not? I'm hoping with the video that you get to go on a shark expedition.
Shark adventure.
I know that we talked about last week that you've been on them before and like what they're hoping to accomplish in that, but I don't have those, $15,000 deep sea diving camera housing, and I barely could snorkel and remember to breathe, let alone hold the camera on the water.
Hey, we did all that. Yeah, right there. We did all that with a GoPro.
She's referring, if you're listening, she's referring to, we have the videos looping in the background.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry for those who are just listening. Yeah. So you can check out our Back to the Ocean, This Is Me video to see what we're talking about here with the underwater filmmaking. But
oh yeah, and I don't know if this podcast is going to come out before our weekly vlog, because our release schedule got a little fudged up because of how much effort, and we pretty much just dropped everything to make this video, but we just hit 1.1 thousand views on
that video.
Yeah. Oh hell yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, we're at 100 likes, 1.1 thousand views.
Wow, that's great.
We don't have that many friends.
Yeah, we got like 20 friends who actually
yeah, maybe if that.
That's great. Well, I love that that this reached that many people.
Yeah, we need to protect what's ours. This is our planet. It doesn't matter who you are or where you are. It affects all of us. We were watching that documentary about water and how there might be issues with running out of water in the future and how that all affects everything. But if you want to protect the sharks, just saving the oceans in general. I think you were telling me about the rising temperature in the oceans, the rising salinity in the oceans, not to mention all the pollution in the oceans.
Yeah, all of that affects the sharks. So with rising temperature, that affects their migratory patterns. It affects where they're hunting, and that's all usually based off of where. Well, it could depend on the breed of shark, whether they're tropical or they, swim more in the Arctic regions, but they go after where their food goes. So with rising temperatures, you have sharks swimming in different areas because their food is moving in different areas. When we see more shark attacks, off of the Northeast coast. You know, there was a woman from New York who just was killed by a shark attack in Maine. And, you know, a lot of times those temperatures are going up, especially with the heat waves that we've been having. I know that when we went to the shore, the water was hot.
Yeah, it was pretty hot.
It was pretty hot compared to when it's like ice cold in July. But yeah, so the salinity of the water, that's affecting their food. Pollution, you know, they're getting a lot of pollution in their bodies, and just the microplastics that are dissolving and just, you know, contaminating the water. Overfishing, not just people that are straight up fishing for sharks to make shark fin soup and for other things, but that they get caught in their it's called a bycatch, when they get caught in the net, which happens with dolphins, turtles, lots of other animals other sea creatures that are being caught in the nets of these huge commercial fishermen boats. And they have nets that span, you know, like a mile wide just to catch, you know, trout or herring or salmon.
I saw a statistic somewhere that with every can of tuna fish you get, it's like 5% dolphin or something like that.
Yeah, because they all just ground it up. Yeah.
Sad.
I mean, yeah, it's really sad. But again, you know, all we can do is try to educate the public, try to be educated, try to do what we can. I think one of the main things that everyone can do is try to use less single-use plastic. Make sure you're recycling properly. You know, look at your or look up the local ordinances for your, you know, township or town, and, you know, see what they accept in recycling. Always clean your recycling, all the plastic that you're putting in the bin or glass.
Mm-hmm. Cutting the rings on the Coke things that we used to
the
do
little,
in 5th grade.
Yeah, like the little Coke can, whatever they were called.
Plastic rings, I don't remember.
The plastic
what they're called,
rings, cut them, because a lot of animals, especially turtles, who would get their little shells stuck in them, you know, misform. And just try to, if you see some trash in the ocean, try to pick it up. You know, don't just leave it there. Try to always leave places better than when you found it.
So going back to the movies, do you think that I guess you could say there's not too many shark movies. You get maybe 1 or 2 shark movies every couple of years, but would you say that because of the increase of knowledge due to programming like Shark Week, that filmmakers and directors and studios don't feel as bad making horror movies with sharks in it that could potentially put them in a bad light? I mean, kids probably, or they're still going to have nightmares and might grow up, you know, still fearing sharks. So do you think that Shark Week programming affects the number of shark movies that we get?
I don't think so. I think that, you know, Shark Week does educate, you know, a lot of the public, but those big box office shark movies are reaching more people. In the long run, I think they're reaching more people. There's so many people that are afraid of sharks. They're afraid of, you know, the open ocean because of the fear that they have instilled in them, just of shark attacks. And, you know, there's not really too much that can really hurt you and harm you in open water.
And it's almost a shame that we still have shark movies like that.
Yeah, they're all, you know, completely misinformed. I don't even know why we keep getting movies that are just so inaccurate and so unrealistic.
I mean, they're horror movies. I mean, they fantasy,
are horror movies. That's true.
But
yeah,
what's supposed to make it scary is that it's relatable, I guess. So
yeah,
I don't know. It's kind of like seeing wolves in movies where they attack people. You don't see wolves in the wilderness because they've already smelled you miles away and they ran away already.
Yeah, like in the Beauty and the Beast
sharks,
movie.
Right?
Yeah, you know, they're not, sharks are creatures of habit. They, more often than not, I mean, you have the quote unquote garbage cans at the sea, like the tiger sharks and bull sharks, but sharks,
wait. Why are they garbage cans at the sea?
They eat anything.
Oh, really?
They'll eat trash.
I didn't know that.
They just eat anything that's there. You know, they feed in shallow water a lot of times too. They just eat whatever's there. You'll find a lot of garbage when you do
like license plates, like the movies.
Yeah, like license plates. Well, I don't remember. It's off the tip of my tongue. It's not called an autopsy if it's for an animal. but an animal version of an autopsy. And they know what they like to eat. They don't stray from that. If they're curious and they even nip you, then they're not, humans don't taste good to sharks. They're going to swim away. The times that
not enough blubber.
You don't have blubber. No, they want seals and sea lions. A lot of times sharks, they hunt in deeper water. They don't hunt in shallow water. So when you're just going off of, the beach and you're just going about a dozen feet off of the shoreline, just walking in, you're not going to get attacked by a shark.
Right. But that's so with the increased temperatures and the pollution and the salinity causing adjustments in the migration of their food, that's why we're starting to see sharks along the coast a little bit more than usual because they're looking for their food.
I think that, and also with people saying that there are more shark sightings, I think that might also be attributed to drone technology and more recreational drones just being flown off of beaches.
This is probably popular for headlines of media and publication.
Yeah, I mean, don't even get me started on the media just likes to dramatize everything.
Mm-hmm.
And,
gotta sex it up.
Yeah, whether it's for, the good or the bad, they always dramatize everything. And I think that that's just something that in the summertime, people love those stories. Sharks sighted off the coast in open waters. Your child is not safe. It's 9 p.m. Do you know where your child is?
We don't hear about sharks, during the winter. It's winter in the United States, but it's, summer somewhere else or warm somewhere else. So, there's still sharks there. So we don't hear that. I guess, well, it's local news, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, but you're right. On the local news, there are sharks off of the coast of New Jersey in the winter, but people don't talk about it.
They did I think they recently reported the few sharks were seen off North Carolina coasts.
Yeah, no shit. There's tons of sharks off. It's the ocean. It's their home. Yeah, we're gonna see them. If you're lucky enough to see them, good for you.
Yeah, that's true. It's cool. Yeah, because they're gonna swim away. They're like the wolves of the sea. They're just gonna be afraid of you. They're probably going to keep their distance to make you curious, but they're not going to eat you because you're not their chicken.
Yeah, exactly. You're not their chicken nugget. Yeah, it's like when you see the movies where sharks just keep going after you, keep jumping onto your boat and keep jumping onto, like in different movies, like the one with Blake Lively where that shark was obsessed with her. No, that shark was going against unrealistic odds. At that point, it's like with any predator, that's like kind of the survival of the fittest. They're not going to keep going after the same type of food because they have more of a chance of getting injured. Yeah, they have so many rows of teeth and they go through thousands of teeth in their lifetime, that even if it falls out, they're fine. They can keep going. But it's like with any kind of animal like lions or tigers, if they injure their leg or something, they can't hunt and then they'll die. So they're going to weigh their options. They're smarter.
Yeah, if a lion gets hurt, he could get killed, or he could get killed by their prey because they buck and they have horns sometimes. And if they're not able to perform at peak fitness, they can get killed. So that's something I always forget about. Animals getting killed in the wild, their life expectancy is always much, much lower than animals in captivity. And right. Plus, a shark coming at you constantly, it's burning more calories than the calories it's going to get off of you. So that's pointless. Yeah,
and that's why they like going after seals and sea lions because they have blubber. They're more calorically dense. And that's why a lot of times, you'll hear about surfers getting attacked by a shark, usually like a nip or a bite.
Yeah.
And that's because with the
misclassification of what, if it's even an attack.
Well, yeah, that exactly. But also, when they're laying on their surfboard and they have their legs, they just look like this huge, dense kind of cone shape.
Big old, what are they called? Speed bumps of the sea.
Yeah, like the
big
manatees.
Big old manatee, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and yeah, sharks, they have more to fear from humans, besides just them not being able to find food or getting attacked and not being able to hunt. They don't really have that many predators besides, killer whales
and
there's other sharks, attacking them. And then, like alligators have been known to attack sharks and more in like the freshwater inlets.
That sounds like a sci-fi movie.
I think there is a sci-fi movie.
Franken shark versus were alligator.
Were alligator.
Hell yeah.
There is a Franken shark movie, which I want to watch.
It looked so bad. I can't wait to watch that.
They brought a shark
like
back
a Nazi
to life,
experiment
like
shark or something.
It's always those sci-fi movies are always Nazi experiments. Yeah. They brought it back to life, kind of like the pastor raptor. Velocipaster.
Velocipaster, yeah, we're going to watch that later.
Yeah, Velociraptor pastor. Or a pastor that's like a werewolf, but it's a Velociraptor.
Yeah, so as we enter Shark Week, we hope that this podcast finds you and preps you and gets you excited to dive into this programming, especially during these times when everyone's stuck at home. It's a good time to kind of veg out, turn your brain off, learn some shiz about sharks. Do you have any other closing remarks?
Yeah, I guess let us know in the comments your thoughts and your experiences with Shark Week, because I know that everyone kind of, grew up with that differently. And I don't know, are you afraid of sharks? I'm not afraid of sharks. I don't fear them at all.
No, I'm not anymore. After I got over the whole fear of water thing.
Yeah.
They're just a fish.
Yeah, so I guess let us know your thoughts in the comments, and we'll talk at you next week.
Yeah, and we are getting back to our regularly scheduled videos, so everything's going back to normal. But yeah, if you haven't shared that video from last week, please do. We need to get it out to as many people as possible to get Natalie on to probably, I would assume a shark program would air Shark Week next year. So Shark Week 2021, watch Natalie. Hopefully.
Yeah, could you imagine? That'd be cool.
Yeah, well, we'll get there. It'll happen one way or another, even if I have to do it myself, and we'll do Shark Week on YouTube.
Yeah.
Get a bunch
Comment
of
below if you want Zach to go snorkeling with a GoPro and follow me along while I scuba dive with sharks.
All right. Yeah. Well, thanks for letting us talk at you. This is If Trees Could Talk. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.